Okay, we're live. Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining today's daily prayers for America and beyond. We are reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah. We are on chapter 9 of the 66 chapters. Thank you so much for joining us and taking part in prayers today. Let's begin with the Our Father. And this is how you should pray. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. That is Matthew 6, verse 9 through 13. I'll have to make sure that I put that down below for you, which is just slightly different than the regular Our Father. I'm going to throw that in the chat right now. Matthew 6. 9 to 13. I'm going to apologize yesterday also. I was doing my final prayer. I misspoke, and I realized it at the time, but it didn't dawn on me. I put a word in there that didn't belong. I said dares instead of dies, and it was just very confusing. But I apologize. It's been happening a lot. I've been having word replacement syndrome, let's call it, since we're just making up syndromes. Let's go ahead and start with chapter 9 from the book of Isaiah. This is 22 verses, and this is titled Judgments for Pride, etc. All right. Nevertheless, the dimness shall not be such as was in her vexation, when at the first he lightly afflicted the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, and afterward did more grievously afflict her by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, in Galilee of the nations. The people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them hath the light shined. Thou hast multiplied the nation, and not increased the joy. They joy before thee according to the joy in harvest, and as men rejoice when they divide the spoil. For thou hast broken the yoke of his burden, and the staff of his shoulder, the rod of his oppressor, as in the day of Midian. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and the peace there shall be no end, upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice, from henceforth even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. The Lord sent a word into Jacob, and it hath lightened upon Israel. And all the people shall know, even Ephraim, and the inhabitant of Samaria, that say in the pride and stoutness of heart, the bricks are fallen down, but we will build with hewn stones. The sycamores are cut down, but we will change them into cedars. Therefore the Lord shall set up the adversaries of Rezin against him, and join his enemies together. The Syrians before, and the Philistines behind, and they shall devour Israel with open mouth. And for all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. For the people turneth not unto him that smiteth them, neither do they seek the Lord of hosts. Therefore the Lord will cut off from Israel head and tail, branch and rush in one day. The ancient and honorable, he is the head, and the prophet that teacheth lies, he is the tail. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Therefore the Lord shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows. For every one is a hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth speaketh folly. For all this his anger is not turned away, and his hand is stretched out still. For wickedness burneth as the fire. It shall devour the briars and thorns, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest, and they shall mount up like the lifting up of smoke. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother, and he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. Manasseh, Ephraim, and Ephraim, Manasseh, and they together shall be against Judah. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hands is stretched out still. Very powerful. I just want to reread 6 and 7 from chapter 9, verse 6 and 7. A son, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end, upon the throne of David, and upon his kingdom to order it, and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth, even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. That is exciting to no end, and it certainly gives the believers in what's going on today in this world a huge sign of hope, and should strengthen their faith in the whole in God, in the Holy Bible, and in the prophets that have witnessed these great events and that are telling us what to look for now. I don't think it could be any clearer the way it's written in here. But that's how I see it, and I'd like to think that from what I'm seeing around on certain social media platforms, a lot of people agree. There's a lot of biblical events happening today that's tying into what is going on in this world, and I believe that if you're in the Word and you're praying every day and you're living your life through Jesus Christ, because the only way to God is through Jesus Christ. The only way through Him is through Jesus. We need to understand the sacrifices that were made. John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. And I'm going to leave you with that, with our final prayer. I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, even if he dies, will live. And everyone who lives and believes in me will never die. John 11:25-26. Again, thanks so much for joining us here today at the Daily Prayers for America and beyond. Your viewership is appreciated. And since I've got you all here and my computer is functioning, I just want to say thank you to the many viewers across the world, all the new subscribers. I'm up to 114. I think that's 6 in the last week or two, which, might only be 114, which is small. I still consider it an accomplishment, starting just a little over a year ago at 5 or 6 subscribers. So it's very much appreciated. Really quick, our audience and our viewers from all ranges, from ages 18 on up to 65 plus, male and female, geography, United States, Indonesia, Russia, United Kingdom, Canada, Germany, India, Malaysia, Philippines, and Kazakhstan. Thank you all so much from around the world for tuning into this small little station and getting in the Word. Remember, Christ is King. All of you that are in Jesus Christ, peace be with you. Have a great day. God bless you. We'll see you all here tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.